Nomophobia, when you're totally addicted to your cell phone. Are you addicted to your cell phone? Do you get anxious when it is out of battery? Do you always carry a charger around with you in case it dies? If you answered yes to these, you may suffer from nomophobia. It's undeniable that the latest technologies have made life easier. However, using them incorrectly can make something that was once a positive thing turn into a problem. Although not many people genuinely suffer from an addiction to their phones, it is true that we have certain unhealthy habits that can lead to nomophobia in the future. How do I know if I suffer from nomophobia? Nomophobia doesn't just show up overnight. Rather, it is a consequence caused by certain unhealthy habits like wanting to look at our cell phones every time that we find ourselves in an uncomfortable situation. In some cases, our phones become a companion that help us feel less lonely in situations when we are by ourselves. This may be when we're on the bus or we have to wait for someone at a restaurant. However, this can worsen and make us dependent on our phones to alleviate emotional stress. It can cause us to check our messages and emails when we haven't received anything, and make it impossible for us to not respond to messages that we get. With these premises, we can establish some parameters that will help you realize if you are suffering from what is known as nomophobia. You constantly and impulsively check to see if someone has texted or emailed you. If your phone shuts off because it is out of battery or you don't have internet connection, it's very dramatic for you because you automatically feel isolated. The first person to post about what you're thinking, what you're doing, and what you've been up to. Also, you're aware of the number of likes your publications receive. This increases your need to post more about your experiences. Sometimes, you think you've heard your phone saying you have a message when, in reality, you haven't received anything. When with your friends, you always have your phone in your hand. Sometimes, you aren't able to follow the conversation because you're already talking to someone on your phone. We are more connected, but also more alone. The reason you suffer from nomophobia is because you feel the need to participate in the connection that technology has given you. Now, it doesn't matter if your family and friends are on the other side of the world. With just a simple message, call, or video chat, you can communicate with them without a problem because there aren't any barriers. However, regardless of the fact that we're more connected than ever, we also feel more alone. These days, as it isn't necessary to leave the house to find a partner or even to go shopping. More so if you work from home and you don't even have to worry about leaving the house to go to work. However, is life even real if just living it through technology? Does your phone really replace a face-to-face conversation? We're living a life that isn't very real. People with nomophobia always post about their life on social media and are very dependent on those around them. However, what you can see is not always what is real. Many couples that post pictures overflowing with happiness are actually going through a hard time in their relationship. That friend who never does anything but post positive quotes could actually be suffering from severe depression. Everything we see on social media is what other people want us to see. But what is the reality behind their posts? When a person suffers from nomophobia, they will always compare their life to those of others. They will feel bad because while others are out taking weekend trips, or visiting New York City, they are at home on the couch, looking at their phone. Although what they are looking at could definitely be real, the pictures could also be photoshopped, taken from the internet, or from years ago. Someone with nomophobia suffers a lot, and, if they don't fix their cell phone addiction, they can end up suffering from episodes of serious anxiety and stress that could lead to depression. We should stop depending on our cell phones. You cannot fully experience life through an electronic device.